my name is Nicky Ross. I'm your new head teacher. We just wanted to make, me and my SLT, who I'll introduce in a second, just wanted to welcome you back and to explain a few things in this video about how we're going to keep your children safe when everyone returns to school in September. So this is most of my SLT. Give everybody a wave. Two of our SLT aren't able to make it today, but just have a little look at these faces because you will be getting to know us all very well. As I said, my name is Miss Ross, and each of them are just going to say hi and who they are.
I'm Mrs. Cabrada.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Griffin.
Hi, Miss Vincent.
Hi, Mr. Friend.
Hi, Mrs. Donovan.
And hello, Mrs. Odrasipi.
And Miss Murat and Miss Connolly, as I said, weren't able to make it today. But we are very excited about the children coming back. We know we've got a lot to do and we've got a lot to catch up with, but we're super excited to see everybody in September. Okay, just want to talk to you a little bit about Year 1 to Year 6 drop-off. As you can see, we've got some parents lined up on the white marks which are socially distanced. We'll be using all of the entrances into Woodpecker to come into school. In a second, one of our parents is going to come in and show you how you will walk in, sanitize your hands before you went to school. Teddy will now be shown the way in, and the parents are then asked to move away from the gate and exit safely. It's the end of the school day and it's pick-up time. Other than nursery and reception, Year 1 to Year 6, you will use this entrance to come into school, and there is a one-way system for picking up your children at the end of the day. Let's watch. Come in. So the parents will come in, they will follow the one-way system to collect their children. On the floor you will see green arrows that will direct you. That will direct you round the school, and you will collect your Year 1, your Year 2 to Year 6. You will collect your child from outside of their classroom. Hi, so here we are at pick-up time. The parents have come in, sanitised their hands as they come through the gate, and they followed the one-way system round to outside each of the classroom entrance and exits. As you can see, we've got a couple of parents who are waiting and they are socially distancing. They will ask the teacher for their child, and then they will follow the zigzag line. Now, it's really important that you do follow that line so we don't get parents intermingling at the end of the school day. They will follow that zigzag. As you've entered this way, you will then exit at the other side of the school, and I'll show you that in the next video clip. If we just watch, we'll see the children being picked up.
Teddy, please.
Teddy.
So here we are, the parent has picked up their child at the end of the school, and they are exiting using our one-way system. So they're going to follow the white arrows to exit the school, and they are continuing to use the one-way system. Tim's going to continue to follow with the camera where they move round. They go through the red gates at the end of the Woodpecker building where they turn right. And they continue to follow the white exit arrows. As you can see up ahead, we have two large gates. Those are the gates that Woodpecker will be using to exit the school. If we just have a little look over here to the left, you can see that we have cordoned off the car park so that your exit of the school is as safe as can possibly be. Hello. So we're here to talk a little bit about nursery and reception drop-off. Slightly different to the rest of the school. For nursery and reception, you will be entering through Dartford Avenue Gate. And if Tim just shows you on the floor, we've got the 2-metre markings, and then we have a one-way system where you follow the green arrows in and the white arrows out. So we're just going to follow a couple of parents as they move up drop their children off in the mornings. So you walk in, keeping social distancing, following the green arrows all the way up into the nursery and reception areas. So as we move up, please try and keep to the left hand side as we enter, because there will be other parents exiting as you come in to drop your child off. Now as we get to the last plant pot, this is where reception will go to the left and nursery will go straight on. So as we get to this last plant pot here, Amy is a nursery parent, so Amy is going to go straight over to the nursery door. And there are markings, 2-metre markings there, and she'll stop and she will drop off her child at the door. So all nursery parents will drop off at the door. If you are a reception parent, like Rosanna is, Rosanna will walk to the reception gate and she'll stop there. And as Rosanna stops there, she will drop off her child at this gate, and the children for all 3 reception classes will be taken into class by the teachers or the teaching assistants. So for drop-off, you can enter the school, but you drop off at reception gate here and nursery gate over there. In the next clip, we'll show you what happens at pickup. Hi again, so we're here to show you what happens for nursery and reception pickup. As you can see, we've come in the same entrance. Amy is now going to enter into the nursery and she will be exiting through one of the exits on the other side, which we'll show you in a minute. And then we're going to follow Rosanna, who is now following the white arrows because she was going to pick up her child and then she is going to exit. So we're just going to follow Rosanna as she does this. Rosanna's child is not in Willow class. And as she comes through, she's in Polly class, which is this classroom here. So Rosanna will pick up from there, pick a child up, turn round, and then she will follow the white arrows out, which show you the exit. And you follow the white arrows, no matter which class you're in, you will follow the white arrows all the way. And this is the one-way system to make sure that we can keep the parents as socially distanced as possible. Therefore, there is a one-way system. You may think that you have to walk a little bit further, which you are, but it really is to keep everyone as safe as possible. So we continue along there, and we're just going past the nursery garden. And this will take you back round to the way that you entered for reception and nursery. Through the gate. And this takes you back up to the beginning. Hi there. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about bubbles, and I'm sure you've heard a lot about classroom bubbles, year group bubbles, probably on the news when they've been talking about COVID-19. So we've been following the DFE guidance, and we now have year group bubbles. So that means that the children will be in their year groups and they won't mix with any other year group. So the way that we have timetabled the hall, the way that we've timetabled lunch, the way we've timetabled the playground will minimise any risk of that year group bubble mixing with any other year group. Children will still remain in class as much as possible with their main teacher and with their TA. But there will be times such as playtime and lunchtime where they will be outside in the playground with their year group bubble in the fresh air, running about and getting some exercise. So in a moment we're going to pop into the classroom and I'll explain what the classroom is going to look like. Hi again, so we just want to show you what the classroom layout might look like for your child when they return in September. So as you can see, all of the chairs are facing forward. That's following the guidelines from the Department for Education. The tables may be sat together like this, or they may be singular like that. Again, the children will be sat together, they will be facing forward. And each child will have their own personal stationery, ruler, pen, pencil, rubber, etc., which they will use. And then they will also have access to the resources that help with learning. They'll be able to go over, they'll be able to take a dictionary, they maybe go over to help to get something to support them with their maths learning. So Teddy, if you'd like to choose a resource that might help you with your learning. Teddy's using some place value cards that might help him with some of his subtraction or some of his addition. Now Teddy's obviously going to be using those, and at the end of Teddy using those to support with his learning, Teddy will then take those, and put them in the wash bin. So these resources that Teddy has used will be sanitised at the end of the school day. So at the end of the school day, they will be washed and they will be put back ready to be used by this class bubble. Teddy is obviously reading a book. Teddy, could I borrow that for a second? So Teddy will be able to take this book home. He'll be able to read that at home. He'll be able to bring it back into school. And once Teddy has finished reading his book, this book will be sanitised and then it will be put away for 48 hours to 72 hours before it goes back into general circulation. And again, that's to support the idea of a class bubble and the year group bubble. Before this book goes to any other year group, it needs to be sanitised and put to one side. In terms of teaching, the class teacher and the class TA is free to walk around the classroom. However, if we have a specialist teacher coming in who teaches across several bubbles, they will have to teach from the front of the class and maintain social distancing. And again, that way is to support us in preventing the spread of COVID-19. Preventing the spread of COVID-19 is very, very important in schools, and we've taken many, many measures to ensure, or try and ensure, that that doesn't take place. As you can see behind me, we have a hand sanitizer. We have many of these throughout the school, and children will be encouraged to use these throughout the day. And we'll also show them how to do this properly. Other preventative measures that we've taken, if Tim can just put the camera on the floor, you will see that we've got our 2 metre distancing, so to maintain social distancing in the corridors, and the one-way system, so children walk up one side and they walk down the other. Also, by maintaining year group bubbles, that is also a preventative measure. You can also see that we're going to be talking to the children about catch it, bin it, kill it, and making sure that if we have got sniffles, etc., children will take their own tissues, which will be on their table, and they will catch their sniff, put it in the bin, and then wash their hands. Other preventative measures that we've taken is we have employed more day cleaners to clean throughout the day, to clean the toilets throughout the day regularly. Also, we've done that in the dinner hall. We've got additional staff to sanitise tables and make sure that's clean for children. And then in the classrooms, teachers also have disinfectant spray. So whilst the children are out at break and at lunch, tables can also be sanitised in the classrooms. We also talked about shared resources. They are sanitised. If they are shared between year groups, then they're put aside for 48 or 72 hours, depending on what they are made of. Now, with all of this in place, adults may still catch COVID out of school, in school. If that happens and you are not feeling well and you have any of the following symptoms, you have a new and persistent cough, you have a high temperature, or you lose your sense of smell or your taste. If you have any of those or all of those, do not come to school. You must go and be tested and let us know if it's a negative test or if it's a positive test. If it's negative, that's great, just let us know, show us your little text that you get, and your child can come back to school. If your test does come back as positive, then the school has a set of procedures that we have to follow. So we will ring Public Health England, and we will do this on a case-by-case basis, and we will follow their guidance as to what then needs to happen, whether a class bubble needs to shut, whether a year group bubble needs to shut. As I said, it's done by a case-by-case basis, and we will inform you of what's happening all of the time. Here we are outside in the playground, and playtime and lunchtime are really important for the children. They need to get out, they need to get some exercise, and they need to get some fresh air. So in order to maintain those year group bubbles that we talked about, year 1 are going to have their own play space, which will be down this area here. Year 2 are going to have their own play space, which was the old reception play area. And then 3, 4, 5 and 6 will be out in this area, and the area at the very top where you can see the large trees. So in order to maintain those year group bubbles that we spoke about, we are going to we haven't done it yet, so it's a job for tomorrow. We are going to zone the playground, so each year group will be allocated their own play space and their own play equipment. If any equipment is passed between, needs to be used by another year group, as I said earlier, it needs to be sanitised and put aside for 48 hours. So every year group will have their own dedicated outdoor play space. Lunchtime, each year group will have an allocated time to enter the hall, whether it be Woodpecker Hall or Cuckoo Hall. We're currently in Cuckoo Hall, but the same will apply to Woodpecker. The children will come in through a one-way system. They will come in, they will collect their lunch, and then they will come and sit down to eat their lunch. Just like in the classroom, all the children will be facing forward. They will be sitting mainly with the children in their classroom, but the most important thing again is that the year group bubbles don't mix. So as soon as year 4 have exited, all the tables will be sanitised before year 5 come in for their sitting for their lunch. The trays will already have knives, forks, spoons, cups, etc. Put on the plates for the children, so they're not having to rifle through. And water will be provided for them by the adults in the hall. We'll have extra adults in the hall to support with the extra cleaning, and to also give children water. Breakfast Club and After School Club will be running from when we open in September. Woodpecker and Cuckoo Hall are amalgamating their Breakfast Club and After School Club provision. To make sure that we have a consistent group, we will have an EYFS Key Stage 1, so that's from nursery up to year 2 will be in one hall, and year 3 to year 6 will be in another hall. to ensure that that is a consistent group, because obviously year groups will be mixing in there. We need parents to sign up for Breakfast Club and After School Club now. If you don't do that and you require that provision, you will have to wait 6 weeks until we will allow you into what will be the after school and breakfast club provision. So again, we're following guidelines, government guidelines about having a consistent group. So very important if next week you want to contact your school offices so that we can make sure you've secured your breakfast club place and your after school club place. Hi, I hope you have found the video today really useful. I hope we've shown you everything that we are doing to make sure that the school is as safe as it possibly can be for your children to return in September. All children are due back on the 7th of September, unless you are in nursery or reception, where you've been given an allocated date to start. We're here in the lovely Zen Garden at Woodpecker, and I thought I would finish off by introducing you to one of the newest members of the Woodpecker and Cuckoo Hall team. So just give me 1 second. And I want to introduce you to Bella. This, for those that know Teddy, who is the school dog at Cuckoo, this is Teddy's sister. And her name is Bella, and she is almost 11 weeks old. And she will be joining us in September. So if you want to, you can have lots of cuddles. You can come and see the dog. You can spend time with Bella and Teddy. Teddy's not here today. She's at doggy daycare. She's at school today. But you can come and you can spend time with either Bella or Teddy in the Zen Garden. So I'm just going to pop her down and see what she does. She's having a little sniff around. So finally, we are really looking forward to welcoming all of our community back in September. The staff have worked incredibly hard to make sure everything's ready for you, and we really look forward to seeing you on the 7th of September.